Well, hello and good morning. This is Jeff Hooks. I want to welcome all of you to our V&I partner training for this Saturday, August 3rd, 2019. And I'm excited to kick off this training with each of you. We've got a lot of information to share. It's a brand new month. It's an exciting time to be part of V&I, and I'm just delighted that you're with us. Let me take a peek and see who all is here. All right. Hello, Donna, Mark, Chris. So we got good participation. Close that out. So we are excited. I did share, we've had a number of folks join just in the last couple minutes. I shared right when we started that we issued an official rain check for Gina and Ed. They were scheduled to do this training, but we had to swap it out, and they're going to be plugged back in and leading next Saturday's training. So with that, let's get started. All right, so brand new month. I want to make sure a little bit of housekeeping. And for those of you that are brand new partners, whether you're listening to this and plugged in live on this Saturday, August 3rd, or whether you're listening to it via replay, either way is great. That's the beautiful thing about the V&I partner system is we literally all the content that we create is available live and via replay. So, as you're building and navigating your days and weeks, you have the ability to plug in and work your V&I business into your schedule and your priorities, and that's exciting. That's by design. So, those are two good words, by the way. In fact, let's write those down. By design. Think about that for a second. We want to help you, whether you're brand new or whether you're one of our top leaders already, or anywhere in between, and I'm one of our emerging developing leaders, which really is all of you. We want to help you design your V&I business and the impact, the value that your V&I business is going to add into your life. We want to help you do that with intent, by design. So another good word is intentional. We want to help you be very intentional about your V&I business. We want to help you design your V&I business. That's what this call is about. And all the content that we share every single Saturday is not theory. It's not, although all of our leaders, I read books. I've got, at any given moment, I have a stack of books. In fact, I'll just show you. I'll prove it. At any given moment, I have a stack of books that I'm devouring and taking notes from and reading and rereading and looking back at my highlights. So I love reading, learning, growing, but we will never teach, and I've shared this before, we will never share with you and your team any coaching, any principles that are not proven. We're not no untested theory here. So again, it's all about helping you build your V&I business predictably. I always like to use the description of paint by the numbers. Think about that when we were little, or for your children or grandchildren now. And I don't even know if in the modern digital world, if we still do that. I hope we do. I hope we have old school, coloring books like we all enjoyed when we were little, and the paint by the numbers or color by the numbers, where you just, you would go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8. And all of a sudden, as you continue to connect those numbers, a picture appears out of nowhere. And that, by design, that is what will happen with your V&I business. You might not see it right now. You might be brand new. You might be, you're just getting started. This is a whole new mission. You're out of your comfort zone, which we all were or are, and that's okay. That's healthy. But just understand that you're not alone in more ways than one. And the business model is very, very predictable. Again, paint by the numbers. It's it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I always say, do the basics, do them often, do them well, and the picture will begin to appear. Okay, so we'll talk more about that as we move forward. So a little bit of housekeeping. All right, brand new month. So the first Monday, I'll ask a rhetorical question. The first Monday of every month, let me check and see. We had a few more people join in. Terrific. And we've got a lot of people today plugged in by phone, which is beautiful. Just always remember, you can still, unless you're driving, you still can plug in by smartphone and actually see the visual content as well. So just remember that. But that's the beautiful thing about the platform that we use, is no matter where you are, mobile, stationary, whether you've got access to a landline, a laptop, a tablet, a smartphone, you can plug into this information. So that's great. But when you have a choice, it's always better to see the content, because I'm doing a lot of chat in the bar as well. But we're glad you're here. So here's what's interesting. All right, so the first Monday of every month, what is on our schedule? And in fact, for our partners that are plugged in online, if you want to shoot me a chat, let's see, I'll give it like 5 or 10 seconds. The first Monday of every month at 8 o'clock Eastern, what do we have going on? All right, nobody's chatting me, but that's okay. All right, the answer is our monthly product call. All right, our monthly product call with our founder and CEO, Bill Downs, and our co-founder and head of research and development, Steve Kushner. Now, Steve and Bill have picked a topic, actually two brand new, hot off the press research articles, for lack of a better description, that are, thank you, Cynthia. Cynthia got it in here. Right when I was speaking, she said product call. Cynthia or I don't know if she's with Chris, but I'm sure she is. But anyway, so yes, correct. Product call, the monthly product call. Now, keep in mind, folks, that is a wonderful platform to invite your customers. It's not just partners. Remember that. And for our leaders, make sure you equip and teach your team that. The Monday night product call, by design, the monthly product call, first Monday of every month, is a wonderful opportunity to invite your customers into our community, the VNI community, and to add value to your customers' lives by letting them listen into some of the latest research on health and wellness that is not always directly related to the VNI products, but usually there's some sort of tie-in that reinforces the fact that we are way ahead of the marketplace in terms of our innovation, our intellectual property, our scientific validation, et cetera. So it's a wonderful opportunity to add value with your customers and your partners by inviting them to the call. Now, not every customer is interested in doing that, but for your customers, there are a lot of people, as you know, a lot of wonderful men and women that are very interested in health and wellness, very interested in protecting and increasing the vitality, the health and wellness for themselves and their family, and it's a wonderful opportunity. So Monday night, 8 o'clock, monthly product call. Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, since we're just kicking off August, the first Tuesday of every month, what is that? The first Tuesday of every month at 9 o'clock Eastern. Okay. Now, I know it's a rhetorical question. You don't have to chat, and especially if you're driving or anybody else, but because I know some of you are actually mobile on your smartphone. So but let me ask the question. So first Monday of every month is what? Monthly product call at 8 o'clock. First Tuesday of every month is what? It's the monthly kickoff call. Okay. Now, we've been doing this now for 11 months. So what I want to make sure is, obviously this is an introduction for some of you that are new partners, new to the VNI family. But for our leaders and emerging leaders that have been around, you need to get that. It's part of what we call, it's part of what we call our monthly rhythm. I'm going to chat that. It's our monthly rhythm. Okay. Weekly rhythm, monthly rhythm, and then our annual calendar rhythm. And and I'm not going to get into that tonight, but there's a plan here. Okay. Look back up at the first chat. By design, intentional. There's a method to this, and we're putting, and many of you already know this, but I want you to have some comfort and some confidence that when you look back, I just celebrated, as many of you know, Thursday night was actually my 1-year birthday serving as president and COO, chief operating officer of this amazing company. And if you look back, which you will at some point, and you look back over the first 12 months, and a year from now, you look back at the first 2 years, you're going to see how we're putting pieces of a puzzle, a mosaic together, a system of growth, a system of support within the VNI model that is by design, as you see there. It's intentional, and it's proven. And so those calls, the first Monday of every month, the monthly product call for both customers and partners, and then the monthly kickoff call, which is designed just for partners. That's how to set the sales for your new month, build with a 30-day plan. And we often have, as you know, many different leaders and emerging leaders sharing their best practices. That's designed to help you build on any momentum that you've created the previous month, and or hit the refresh button and get going with the new month to create some forward progress. And so those calls are coming up Monday and Tuesday. Then of course Thursday, as always, at 9 o'clock, we have our product and business overview presentation that we do live every single Thursday night. So that's the agenda for upcoming events. And I hope you wrote that down. And even if you remember it, if for those of you that are mobile and driving, the idea of by design that we've already talked about, and being intentional, very important concepts. Now, we often talk, and in fact, in just a few minutes, we're going to be talking about this briefly. We talk about the importance of having a personal vision for your VNI business, a personal vision. In other words, what do you want out of your VNI business? Why are you building your VNI business? Okay, and we want that to get very, very personal, and we want you to have clarity over that, and we want you to write it down. But I'm going to come back to that. So, but what's equally as important as having a personal vision is embracing the mission that we're on. For lack of a better description, I don't want to be too corporate, but at a macro level, big picture, the mission that we're on with VNI, the mission that Bill and Kim Downs created from the very beginning of assisting people in becoming beacons of health, hope, and abundance. What I want everyone to spend a few minutes this morning with me on is, and it's a reminder, hopefully, it's a reinforcement of what you already know, hopefully. Okay. The importance of our mission, and I'm going to put it this way in the chat bar. Our VNI mission is a noble mission. That's the way I want to put it down as a placeholder. Now, if you're taking your notes, you're going to write it down your own way. In other words, think about the fact that what we do, whatever your personal vision right now, as you're building your customer base, as you're sharing these amazing products, as you're helping people create some positive financial change in their life, it's important to recognize and embrace that our mission is a noble one. It's all about contribution. It's all about adding value in people's lives. It's all about helping people. Helping people, here's the key, helping people with what they already need and in many cases already want. Okay, I'm going to say that differently. You've heard me say in our presentations, and trainings, we're looking for people that are looking for better health physically, better health financially. Okay, we're looking for people that are looking. The individual that's and look, I've occasionally had my Big Mac or two, obviously, but the individual that's doing drive-through McDonald's 3 and 4 times a day and drinking 2 gallons of sodas and is not interested in looking better, feeling better, having more energy, increasing vitality, that's not, God bless them. I mean, hopefully if we could get them at least taking Protovite, they'd be doing something positive for their bodies. But if there's no desire and they don't care, that's not really, the only thing we can do is invite them to learn about our products, sample, if it's friend or family, sample a Protovite moment, share a video, and hope that our message gets through. But the good news is that the vast majority of people do care about their health. And if that weren't so, we wouldn't have 75% of the adult population in North America supplementing on a consistent basis. 75%. Okay? So we're looking for people that are looking. So our mission is a noble one. And I want to put the spotlight on that with intentional. I want to be very intentional about putting the spotlight on that with all of you this morning for a few minutes, because I think we need to remind ourselves of that, to help with our mindset. We're not, when we're out building our VNI customer base, when we're out building our VNI dream, we're not doing something to people to make the point. We're doing something for people. Does that make sense? We're doing something for people. The VNI mission is all about contribution. It's all about adding value. It's all about helping people. Okay, that's what we're about. That's what you're about. And the only way you can go from associate manager to executive manager to director to executive director, like Ken Nasmith and Cynthia Sauer did just a couple months ago, and beyond, is by helping people. The size of your weekly, monthly checks, your thank you checks with VNI, is directly related to the number of people you're helping, physically with our products and financially with our business model, customers and partners. Okay, that's the key. Keep that in mind. I think so much of life, in fact, I want to share this, so much of life, I think, is about mindset. I'm going to send that in the chat bar. It's about mindset. So much of life is about attitude. And so much of life is about expectations. Okay, think about that. So much of if we're equipped to do and be our very best in any area of life, but let's talk with VNI, but it applies in our family life as a husband, wife, parent, son, daughter, aunt, uncle, grandparent, grandmother, grandfather, etc. It's about mindset. Is the mindset positive? Is the mindset negative? Now I'm going to go back to the first thing I chatted after my hello welcome was, with our mindset, we want to be intentional by design. With our attitude, we want to be intentional by design. With our expectations, as we engage in any activity in life, we want to be intentional. Intentional. Now, exactly, Mark. Now, think about, that's a good one. All right. Now, by the way, I'm going to remind you that as I'm sharing ideas, I do not pretend to have all the answers. You take what you like and you discard the rest. All right. So but I will share with you in terms of, that was a good one. All right. So, Mark said, now you've gone to meddling, exclamation point. All right. So the key is with your VNI business, and he was joking, I believe, but here's the key. With your mindset, no, y'all listen, stay with me. I don't want to lose you. Some of our newer partners, this is not preaching. This is absolutely setting the stage for tactical training that I'm talking about. So if I've lost you here, I've lost you everywhere. All right. I'm going a little bit deeper than I've been before, but you got to stay with me or you're going to miss it. Keep in mind, and I'm going to just say this for some of you that don't know me. What I am teaching you, hopefully, is how I built a customer base in a previous life of 70,000 active subscriptions in 40 countries around the world, doing $5 million a month in sales wholesale. Okay, so this is not theory, it's not concept. Now, the monthly rhythm, I'm getting into some leadership stuff, but then I'm going tactical, so stay with me. If you want to, if you don't, that's okay. My job is to help you reach your goals, whatever those goals are. Now, mindset, attitude, expectations, positive or negative. Think about this. When you're thinking about your VNI business, when you're looking at what you want to accomplish today or this week or this month with VNI, the importance of mindset, positive or negative. Okay, folks, this is not fluff. This is I'm shooting you straight from experience, from 30 years of building businesses in this space. If the mindset is positive, when you share VNI, when you pick up the phone and you say, "Hey, Steve, let me ask you something. How important is your health?" Okay, and I hope all of you, Paul and Mark and everyone else, I hope all of you have gone through the 3-part training that we just completed on how to share, because I go really deep in fundamentals of how to share. And then Gina Bender with the team last week pulled a lot of that together. So these are great trainings. These are great trainings, not theory, proven. Now, when I share, if you have an expectation, come on, this is not preaching. If I have an expectation that I'm helping people when I share Protovite, that's a big difference than a position of weakness that I'm trying to sell somebody something and I'm just trying to make a buck. Okay? If y'all miss that, you've missed everything. We're a mission. We're looking at how often do we share? We're looking for missionaries, not mercenaries. Okay, so if this is all about the heart of what we do in the VNI model. It's what separates us. If you know Bill Downs, if you know Ed and Gina Bender, if you know Cynthia Sauer, if you know Ken Nasmans, if you know Michael Saletti, we are mission driven. Okay, we're mission driven. There's a huge financial opportunity here, but it's coming from a place of contribution. It's coming from a place of adding value. Okay, I always tell people that's who we are as a company, and if that doesn't resonate with you, then this is probably not your home. Think about this. We spend more on what's in the bottle than what's on outside of the bottle. Now, as simple as that sounds, that's not the norm. That's not the norm. Trust me. I have consulted, and I've built 2 companies north of $100 million a year in sales. I've been a founding shareholder and an executive of 2 companies that we started from scratch, built to over 100 million in sales, and I've consulted for over 20 companies, including 5 public companies. Now, I'm sharing that with y'all based on a couple of the comments I've received. So I'm not pulling this out of thin air. Most companies in the wellness space, most companies are what's in the bottle is relatively empty, and most of their capital is spent on marketing and convincing you and me as consumers that what's in the bottle is valuable. We don't do that, and y'all know that, or you wouldn't be here. We as a company spend more on what's in the bottle, our ingredients, our intellectual property, our scientific validation. That's what makes us unique, and that's the purpose. So everything that we've talked about the first 20-some minutes of today's call is, if you're brand new, it's new information. If you're not, it's a reminder of what you hopefully already know, of why VNI is different. Because if you don't know why VNI is different, the first time somebody says boo, the first time you have a strong headwind, you might quit. You might bail. The first time you get out of your comfort zone and somebody shoots you down, you might say, well, I don't know why I'm doing this. So again, so much of life is mindset. So much of life is attitude. So much of life is expectations with your VNI business. And it's your choice whether it's positive or negative. And if you're replying to any of this content in a negative way, it's because I've struck a nerve. Think about that with your VNI business. When you're sharing the products, you're going to get Ed and Gina, our top leaders, Denise Blankenship, Mike Dannenberg, who went director in 2 months from scratch. He built personally, has right at 100 customers in 4 months on a part-time basis. Why? Because he's passionate. He has a positive expectation. He knows when he's sharing these products, folks, that they're blessing people. He knows. Yeah, exactly. Bill just said your attitude determines your life altitude. So this is not fluff stuff. This is not preaching. Okay. This is And again, I love what was just said. We don't want to ever confuse activity with productivity, and that's where this is coming from. It's coming from a mindset, from a foundation of mission. Okay, Now go back and if, for those of you that joined the call late, please watch the first 15 minutes as we were unpacking this. We're talking about by design, being intentional with your V&I business. Be intentional with your mindset, your attitude, and your expectations. And I want to share something with you real quick, and then we're going to move on. Jim Rohn has, if you go to YouTube, it's free content. If you go to YouTube, it's called Take Charge of Your Life. And there's somebody's actually posted, a couple people have, free, the whole program. Y'all, this is the first program, the first audio program I listened to back, I think it was 1989 or 90. And it's like 4 hours of content, folks. And it is amazing when you talk about setting the sails for your mindset, your attitude, and your expectations. And folks, make no mistake, if you want your V&I business to grow, you want to grow. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. How do we want how can our V&I business grow to the vision that we have for our customer base and what we want for ourselves and our family? The way it's going to grow is by us growing. And you've heard us say this. It's about progress, not perfection. About progress, not perfection. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. And folks, those of you that know me well, and many of you do, I'm not preaching at you. I got my arm around you because I'm preaching at myself. This is what I believe in, being intentional by design about personal and professional growth. Reading the books, listening to the audio programs, associating with positive people. Because mindset, attitude, and expectations are a choice. And make no mistake, if you don't choose, they're going to migrate to the negative, okay? If you're not intentional, if you're not by design, okay? Mindset, attitude, expectations are a choice. We're responsible for our mindset, our attitude, and expectations. And attitude is that little thing that makes a big difference, okay? So again, if you know what, if I sound preachy, it's because I care about you. I'll just, I probably, upon reflection, I probably shouldn't have shied away from that. Now, two things we talk about every single training. Two things we talk about, and you're already doing one of them. Number one, stay plugged in. Okay, and we mention that every single Saturday because it's that important. Stay plugged in. When you stay plugged in, that's how we learn from each other. Okay, and you're doing that right now. But be consistent about that. I call it Lone Ranger syndrome. And I say that just from my own experience. When you have a partner that isolates, and candidly, they're usually men, to be perfectly, in my 30 years of experience, I know that's actually is politically correct, but it's usually the rugged individualist, the Lone Ranger that I'm going to do it Frank Sinatra, who I love, I'm going to do it my way, and don't tell me how to do it. I'm going to figure this thing out. I'm going to blaze a new trail. I got my machete. I've got my bottle of water, and I'm going to go figure this V&I thing out myself. 99.999% of the time, that individual gets lost in the jungle and you'll never hear from them again. So the importance of staying plugged in comes from a place of humility for all of us, where we're plugged in, we're learning from each other. We're plugged into the community. We lift each other up, encourage, inspire. You're not by yourself. It's about progress, not perfection. It's about getting a little bit better today than yesterday, a little bit better this week than last week, a little bit better next week than this week. That's what this model is for. And so if you'll stay plugged in, just like you're doing today, stay plugged into the Zoom presentations and trainings, stay plugged into your upline success coaches, and read the emails that come from the home office, from corporate, or text messages, whichever you prefer. Plug into the trainings that your sponsor and your upline success coaches are doing. Plug into the monthly product call that we've already talked about in depth. Get your customers and partners to plug in. Plug into the monthly kickoff call Tuesday night at 9 and make sure your partners are plugged in. That's one of the keys to success. Stay plugged in, just like you're doing today. Keep it up. Number 2, do something positive every day to grow your V&I business. Okay, that's the magic here. The magic of this model is, I'm sending this in the chat bar, is consistency. Consistency is the key. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Paul. All right, Paul, I'm going to make sure you have my number here because I want to make sure I know where your heart is. 868-6988. Because it sounds like you're coming at me from a negative perspective. So I invite you to call me as soon as we finish. There's my cell number. And you can call me as soon as we hang up. And you can let me know kind of really where you're coming from. All right. The training. So Pau, you texted me your experience with 30 years of success. Give 3 steps that you use to get a 70,000 person downline. Okay. Here they are. I'm going to answer your question directly because I know it's coming from a place of respect and love. Not sure about that. All right. Use the VNI products, share the VNI products, and teach others to use and share. Okay. That's my 3 steps to success, partner, right there. And if you want to go deeper, go back through the 3 hours of training that I did in the last month on how to share VNI part 1, how to share VNI part 2, and how to share VNI part 3. But everything we're talking about right now, make no mistake, everything is how I built 70,000 active auto ships and created a 7-figure income. Everything that we're talking about. Okay. So that's, that's like saying, NASA, you put a man on the moon. How'd you do it in 3 easy steps? Okay. It takes a lot. It takes work. It takes effort. But a lot of it's everything we're talking about. So just to, again, I don't want to get into a one-on-one conversation on here, but I don't like to anybody to feel like I'm shying away from the content that I share. Everything that we touch on, if you go back, and by the way, there's a year of content of my teaching and training, and you're going to see consistent patterns every Saturday of things that we train on. And one of the things you're going to hear every single training is stay plugged in and do something positive every day. Okay. So those are 2. The reason we mention that every Saturday, folks, is because those are critical principles that we don't want anybody to miss. Stay plugged in, do something positive every day. Consistency is the key. Yeah. And the only way to duplicate is to keep it simple. Absolutely. And that's why we keep it simple. Use, share, teach others to do the same. All right, Paul, listen, here's the deal. We get you director or above. I want you teaching these trainings as well. I don't know your background yet, but I want you to call me and we'll figure it out. All right, so the rest of our time are going to be spent in a very focused 4-part area. The way to build an empire with your VNI business, both a customer base and with partners, okay? Hopefully, and again, if you'll go back through, if you'll watch this training, and if you know what, if it all didn't resonate right now, make a note of today's date, and in 3 months, come back through this training, and things are going to resonate even more, okay? Think about what we started with. We started with the idea of embracing the mission. That has to do with belief. It has to do with conviction, okay? As you use the products, as you share the products, your belief and your conviction is going to go up. Okay. So it's all tied together, but I want to remind all of us, and I'm doing it again by design and intentional. I want to remind us that our mission is noble. It's all about contribution. We're looking for missionaries, not mercenaries. And you should feel good about that. You should feel good about that. We're not doing something, when we're sharing the VNI products, we're not doing something to people. We're doing something for people. And that comes from a place that's, it's about mindset, it's about attitude, and it's about expectations. And is your mindset and mine, are they positive or negative? Is my attitude positive or negative? Are my expectations positive or negative? And Jim Rohn, Take Charge of Your Life, is a wonderful teaching and development personal growth content that will help all of us set the sails correctly, so that we're intentional about our mindset, we're intentional about our attitude, and we're intentional about our expectations. Okay, I hope you're seeing that this is not, I'm not just winging it here. This is content that I prepared specifically for where we are as an organization. Now, in terms of building an empire, in order to build an empire, it's real important to do 4 key things. This is on the partner side of where we are, the partner side. Now, number one, decide what you want. Now, we've talked about this in depth, and decide what you want. That's the building block of anything that you want to create. What is it that you want out of the V&I business? What is it that you're looking to create? Okay? That's so critical, so critical. Decide what you want, write it down. If you're a person of faith, think about it, pray about it, memorialize it for sure. I want to come back to that, because the key word is you want clarity on what you want out of your V&I business and why you're doing it. Okay? That's important. And again, I'm a big, this is a little bit old school, I admit it. It's a little bit old school, but I'm a big believer in a dream board. Okay? And you could do it digitally now in today's world, or you can do it old school like I did 25 years ago, where you cut out pictures of things you want and family freedom. I'll tell you what I'm passionate about is getting rid of debt. We talk about mission driven. We're blessing people physically with these products, but there is a big financial need. I don't know if y'all were with me on Thursday nights. All of you I know weren't. On Thursday night's product and business overview presentation with Ken Nasmith's, but I took a screenshot. I shared this. There was on the news, it was talking about consumer debt. I don't know if you can see that. And I took a screenshot. I was talking specifically about credit card debt. In the U.S. right now, the average household is paying $100, right at $100 a month, just in credit card interest. The average household. Credit card rates have increased 4.4% since 2015, even though we're in a good economy, apparently. And delinquencies, get this, credit card delinquencies since 2015 are up 22%. Okay, that was from a very extensive research on consumer debt as it's tied into credit cards. So what does that mean? That means a lot of wonderful people that you and I know have a need for some extra cash flow. So when we get back to decide what you want, it might be as simple, and this is a powerful driver. If you sponsor me as a part of your team, and not only do I want to engage with these amazing products, but I say, you know what? I want to build a business. I want to be a partner. My initial vision might be as simple and as deep as, you know what? I want to pay off my credit card debt. I've got $8,000, whatever the number is. I've got $8,000 in credit card debt. I want to build a $500 a month or a $1,000 a month residual cash flow with V&I, and I want to pay off my credit card debt because I'm tired of that bondage. That is, folks, that's all you need. All you need, all any of us need, is one compelling reason to hang your hat. One compelling reason. A dream that you're willing to fight for. A why that you're willing to fight for. And so decide what you want. That's so important. Number two, after decide what you want, and I didn't put a number, so you can do that in your own notes. Number two is build a list. Okay, build a list. Now what that means, we're talking about basically who are we going to share the V&I products with? Who are we going to share the V&I mission with? Okay, that is, by the way, on the V&I how to share, that was the whole part one of who are we going to share with, and we talked specifically about how to never ever run out of contacts to talk to share V&I with. Okay, so that's number two. Number one, decide what you want. Number two, build a list. Best place to start, and we've had many of our leaders do trainings on this over the last number of weeks and months, is look at your contact list and, in your address book, look at your phone. That's a great place to start. Don't prejudge. It's about sharing. It's a sorting process, not a convincing process. So the mindset is share and educate, not sell and recruit. Okay, so decide what you want. Build a list. Number three is share V&I with your list. Okay. And I'm not going to go deep today. We'll go deeper before, but I just want to encourage you. We've got 3 hours of content that goes really deep. It's simple, but I had lots of requests from many of our partners to go deeper just than the invite, share, follow up. The basic process that we use for exposing and sharing the products in the business is a tactical description: invite, share, follow up. We invite people to learn about the products. We share some information, let the videos and the tools do the work, and then we follow up. Some people are interested in the products. Some people are interested in the business. Some say thanks, but no thanks, but there are no dead ends. Networking through the no. Somebody says no, that means no for now. In many cases, it's just timing. They're focused on other things. And in many cases, you could say, hey, who do you know that's health conscious? Who do you know that's really fit, that works out, like crazy? Who do you know that's struggling with some health issues? Who do you know that's dissatisfied with their work or looking for some extra financial opportunity? So you network through the no. So that's what we call the pattern of activity. And we go really deep into that in those trainings. So invite, share, follow up. It's something, folks, everybody can do. I'm gonna let you know something that some of our leaders know. In less than a month, by the end of August, okay, if there was a drum roll, we do the drum roll. In just a few weeks, it'll be the week of the 26th. That's the last week in August. Towards the end of that week, we're going to launch a brand new VNI app that is 21st century technology. It's intuitive, it's simple, and with your smartphone or tablet, it's never, ever, ever been easier to share VNI, to share the products, share our story, share the message, share the business for people that are open on and have a need or a desire on the financial side. So stay tuned there. So number one, decide what you want. Number two, build a list. Number three, share VNI with that list. Okay. And again, we've got an app coming. We've got a proven system right now, but it's going to get easier for everybody. And folks, we're going to be so excited. We've got 7 or 8 of our top leaders that are going to be beta testing the app here coming up in a couple of weeks. And then we're going to launch it company-wide coming up the end of this month. And then finally, the fourth piece of the puzzle on the partner side is plug them into our system. Now, I want to close the last probably 10 minutes. We're going to wrap up maybe 5 minutes early. I want to close with this because this is a great question I had on a 3-way call this morning. I was asked by an individual that's taken a close look at our business and moving forward with us. I was asked, what's the difference? Great question. What's the difference between building a customer base with VNI and building a partner team? And great question. And here's the key. The exposure activity is the same. Okay, so from a partner side, so think of it from your perspective. I'm going to decide what I want. Okay, I'm going to identify at least one compelling reason, a dream that I'm willing to fight for. Maybe it's paying off debt, maybe it's children's education, maybe it's retirement, whatever it is. Maybe it's increasing your tithe at church or supporting your favorite charity, whatever it is. Travel. You're going to decide what you want. You're going to build a list, and then you're going to engage in the sharing activity. Okay, sharing VNI, invite, share, follow up. Invite people to learn about who we are, share the information, and follow up. We're looking for people that are looking. Better health physically, better health financially. Okay, that's the fundamental building block for anybody that wants to grow. Somebody says, all right, give me the 3 simple steps to grow my VNI business. Invite, share, follow up. Share VNI with new people on a consistent basis. That's the most important thing. Okay, Cynthia, so that's a great text. There's a difference between systems and tools. The app is not the tactical system. It's the tool to carry out the system. Invite, share, follow up. You're exactly right. Our system, and this gets into a little bit, we'll cover this in more directors and above training as you grow your business. The system is an overall mosaic. I always tell people the system is an acronym that stands for save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. What that means is the system is a tool. It's not a tool. It's a strategy. That's the word I was looking for. It's a strategy that you plug into that will equip and empower you to build the VNI business of your dreams. A tool is a part of the system. A tool is a part of the system. This app is going to equip and empower all of you, all of us, to share the tools, the current tools that we have, and future tools like videos, brochures, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that will enable you to more easily share the VNI mission and story with people that you know. Okay, so that's the simple. So decide what you want, build a list, share VNI with people on the list, and plug them into our system. Okay, plug them into our system means it's about progress, not perfection. Again, we take baby steps. Okay, you take baby steps. It's about getting a little bit better today. And if you take the baby steps with a negative mindset or a negative attitude or negative expectations, you're not going to have the results that you're capable of. So we want you taking those baby steps, but we want you to be intentional by design, with a positive mindset by choice, positive attitude, and positive expectations. That's going to equip you. That's going to empower you to do the very best you can do. Because make no mistake, folks, it's a level playing field. You've got the same product, every one of us, you've got the same product, the same company, the same scientific validation, the same compensation plan, the same tools, the same system, the same amazing leadership, both corporate and field. You've got all that Cynthia Sauer has to go executive director, that Ken Nasmith has to go executive director, that Mike Dannenberg has to go director in 60 days from scratch, that Ed and Gina Bender have to go ambassador and create a 6-figure residual. And every one of those individuals that I mentioned are going to will help you every step of the way. That's why we do these trainings. So when you plug somebody into the system, you're plugging them into a support system. And the one thing that we all need to bring to the table is a commitment. You know, we talk about a commitment is, and this is what I want to wrap up with. Commitment is what is left after the emotion of the moment has passed. Folks, it's easy. Let me tell you what most people do. Most people, when they engage in something important, whether it be an exercise routine, whether it be a new business, whether it be most people quit. That's what most people do. And they don't quit and take ownership of quitting. They quit and blame. So what we want to do with our system and what we do with our coaching and training is we try to hit that stuff head on. We don't want to tiptoe. We don't want you or any of your partners in the future to quit. We want you to feel good, going back to the beginning of today's training. We want you to feel good about the mission that you've embarked on with VNI, about contribution, about adding value, about helping people with these amazing products. And if you're brand new, we've got 48 peer-reviewed published clinical studies now on our finished products that support that our products, independent, objective, scientific validation, that our products deliver impact. And all you have to do is use the products, and you'll experience that with yourself and your family, and share the products, and you're going to get feedback from your customers and partners as you move forward. Okay, so how do I build a customer base versus building partners? You do it the same way. You share, invite, share, follow up. Some people are interested in the products, they become customers. Some people are interested in the products and the mission, they become partners. So it's a very simple model that, and again, if you're brand new, we'll build on that as you move forward. And so much of this is on the job training. I did calls yesterday, Ken Nasmith and I did about 2 hours of calls with brand new partners that were onboarding calls where we set the sales for their business, we answered questions, we helped them put together their plan. And so as I close, I want to talk about the month of August and what is your plan? What is your August goal? Yeah, that's a question I want you to write down. What is your August goal? All right. What is your plan for reaching your August goal? What is your plan for this week? And folks, a plan literally should be as simple as I'm going to share VNI with X number of people this week. And I'm going to follow up within 24 to 48 hours like we teach. That's it. Have an activity plan that's simple, that's measurable, and you can get with your upline success, get with your sponsor or your upline success coach, executive manager or above, and make sure you've got a good August plan that you feel good about. Okay. There is somebody, no matter where you are, if your sponsor is not yet an executive manager, they should be involved in the process, but get with an executive manager or above and make sure you've got an August plan. And if you want me to help you with that, I'll schedule it next week. We'll do it. And then finally, the last question that we should ask ourselves every day: what is your plan for today? What is your plan for today? Because that's what we can control. Excuses are easy. What we want to focus on are the couple simple activities that are going to take us a step closer to our goals and our vision and our dreams. Okay. And that comes down, and you distill that down to today. Who am I going to share V&I with today? Invite, share, follow up. Who am I going to follow up? Maybe I shared V&I with somebody, Thursday or Friday, just 2 days ago or 1 day ago. And now I need to follow up and see what they thought and answer any questions. Okay, so what am I going to do today to build and grow my V&I business? Okay, those are great questions that we should ask every month. At the beginning of each month, and then at the end of the month, we say, how do we do? And then we set the sales for the new month. Okay, so what is your August goal? Get with your upline success coach. What is your plan for making that goal a reality? Okay, and what's your plan for this week, and what's your plan for today? All right. So, any thoughts or questions? We're done. I'm gonna take about 2 or 3 minutes. If you guys have any thoughts or questions, yeah, Cynthia, exactly. Effective, consistent choices. Okay, hold on, Paul. I'm on the call. Yeah, just so you. Thank you. Unfortunately, your vision remains the same as it did 6 months ago. Philosophy is not action. So I'm not sure. I hope you'll call me, and I mean that with respect. But I'm all about transparency here. So if anybody thinks we haven't made progress in the last 6 months, you've been hiding under a rock. We've enhanced the compensation plan. We've created 6 new videos that we invested a lot of capital in. We've got a new app coming. We've had significant, our sales numbers today compared to where they were 6 months ago are much, much higher, much higher. So positive mindset, be intentional by design, positive attitude, positive expectations. I think I struck a nerve. So that's true for all of us. Sometimes if something hurts, it's something we need to be taking a look at. And attitude's something that look, folks, I will be straightforward and respectful. We all have to work on our attitude. We all have to work on our mindset. We all have to work on positive expectancy, because the world's a negative place. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to make excuses. It's easy to quit. But when you have a noble mission, as I wrap up here, when you look at the research and the scientific validation of what we're doing, folks, I mean, just back to the 6-month question, in the last 6 months, we've got more published research. Our Protovite's now patent pending. That's in the last 6 months. We've got multiple clinical studies published in the last 6 months. Sales are increasing. We launched a new product, our new DNA Design Nutrition. We did a soft launch of the GARS and the Restoragen in the last 6 months. That was in May. I mean, those of you that were at our Empower conference in May, you're not asking that 6-month question. This is, I have nothing against philosophy, but if philosophy doesn't lead to measurable results, then it's academic, and I'm not all about academic. I'm about measurable results. So we're delivering those results, and every one of you that is plugged in knows that. Peer-reviewed, published clinical studies in the last couple of months, a new product launch in the last couple of months that's patented. The GARS test is patented. The Restoragen product is game changer. The results. By the way, we're going to officially launch the GARS Restoragen product in September. We've done a soft launch, and the results have been off the charts. People are so excited. We're growing, new videos, compensation bonuses that we implemented in the spring. are doing exactly what we wanted them to do, rewarding the right behavior, sharing and caring, which we talk about. We got the new app coming out in just a few weeks. Folks, it's an exciting time. And this fall window that we're getting ready to hit is going to be a period of what I believe is the most sustained, fastest growth in the history of the company. So the thing is, I want you to understand is we're just getting started. We're 5.5 years old. Our vision is big. Our progress, our incremental progress, is easy to see if your eyes are open, and I know yours are, or you wouldn't be on this training. So our future is bright. I'm excited to be in business with all of you. Our mission is noble. So ask those questions. What's your August goal? What's your plan to get there? What's your plan for this week? What's your plan for today? And get with your upline success coaches. Make sure you've got clarity on that. The monthly product call on Monday night will help you reinforce that. The monthly kickoff call Tuesday night will help you cement that plan for this month. And let's go and grow and have some fun. Okay. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thanks so much. A lot of good positive comments coming in. I appreciate that. And God bless, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.